listen to me as I slow it down. Can't tell yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it.
Hey everyone, today is one of the most exciting days that has happened in a very long time. I have put my blood, my sweat, my tears, my everything into this one item. I have been working on it for months to make it absolutely perfect. And it's finally here. And that is my recipe book. I wanted to dive into it and do a book breakdown so that way you guys know what is in the book before it comes out on June 8th on Amazon. My mission for this book was to break down and make healthy eating as easy as possible, because there is a lot of skewed information on the internet and it can just get confusing. When you are trying to turn a new page and eat healthy and start working towards your goals, it can get very frustrating and confusing on knowing what the heck you're supposed to do. So first thing, we got our hard cover here, a little bit of ASMR. This is Healthy Eating Made Easy, a nutrition guide and recipe book revealing the secrets to getting a lean and toned physique. I'm just so happy with how this turned out. Opening it up, the first couple of pages that you are going to see is going to be the table of contents. I OCD organize all of this. So it is super easy to find exactly what you need. For example, you have recipes that are going to be high protein. You have recipes that are low carb, healthy carb, low in calories, nutrient packed. And then we have our mocktails and smart drinks, and then informational pages. All of this is broken down in the first couple of pages. So if you are tracking your macros and you're like, shoot, I need a dinner meal that is high in protein. Well, guess what? Instead of having to flip through every single page of the book, you can just go to the table of contents and boom, it's already laid out for you. These are gonna be your recipe options. Let's say you are getting deeper into a diet and your carbs are lower and you need some low carb recipes. Again, boom, it's already laid out for you. You can pick from this section. Once we flip through the table of contents, then we start getting into the informational pages. Now these are going to be crucial information, so that way you know how to apply these recipes. Because I can give you the best recipes in the world, but if you don't know how to apply those recipes to make them align with your goals, you're not gonna be able to get anywhere. And I think that's a huge issue that a lot of people have. You can go on the internet and you can search up and find easy, healthy recipes, but it doesn't teach you how to apply them to your diet so you can start seeing results. So we talk about how to create a balanced meal, how to select the right food so it can fit within your macros. It talks about food swaps, so then that way you can get the most bang for your buck. Really good for diets, but then also really good if you have a macronutrient that you typically over or undershoot on. How to add more flavor to your food without adding a whole bunch of calories. And another big one is how to read nutrition labels, because nutrition labels is on every single item of food, but a lot of people, they don't know how to read them. And then also how to macro track and how to macro track accurately. And then last thing is just how to make meal prep easier for yourself. So that's the first 10 pages. Then we go into all of the recipes. This is where it starts to get good. There is 62 recipes that are healthy, easy, and simple to make. A big issue that I see when I'm scrolling through Pinterest, like maybe that's just showing how old I am. I'm only 25, but when I grew up, Pinterest was a huge thing. I don't know if that's a big thing that people use anymore, but they have a lot of recipes on there. But the only issue is that there's a lot of recipes that always that just one weird ingredient where you're like, where the heck am I going to find ancient Greek goat milk? Like, come on. Or it's an ingredient that you don't really use and you might use it once for that recipe and then it just sits in your fridge and spoils and you end up throwing it away. All of these recipes are going to be made from ingredients that are super simple, that you can find in pretty much any grocery store, and that you can use them across multiple of these recipes. So then that way, you're not wasting it. And on top of the ingredients, how to make these recipes are also super simple. And that is something that you can see throughout all of these recipes, and that the directions are super short. So I'm gonna show these two right here to preview the breakdown of the recipes. I'm gonna move a little bit closer. So up top, you can see how many servings it makes, how long it takes to cook, and then what is the highlight of this recipe. This one is an example of a healthy carb. So you can see a beautiful picture of the food item there. And then down below you have your list of ingredients, so you can get those ahead of time. And then you have your simple directions right there. Another big thing about this is that it gives you the exact macro breakdown with the amount of calories and how much protein, carbs, and fats are in the recipe. So you tell me, how many recipe books have that? It's not a lot. And then last thing is just going to be the little note section. So if there is something to keep in mind, talking about substituting foods or just little tips and tricks, I put them right there. A Chick-fil-A breakfast bowl. Oh, so good when you're craving Chick-fil-A, but you know it's a little bit healthier to make it at home. That's my go-to. Or if it's a Sunday. I always crave Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. I think that's just how it goes. You crave something when you know you can't have it. Salmon sushi rolls, I had that last night. You have elevated jasmine rice. So it shows you how to take those simple foods and how to make them better. How to add a little bit more flavor to it without adding a whole bunch of extra calories. Sweet and salty Jello dessert. Oh my God. When I went through my most recent prep, I was obsessed with this because I have the biggest sweet tooth, but when you're in prep, you don't got a lot of calories to spare. And this dessert was only 33 calories, and let me tell you, I had it all the time. But behind all of the recipes, we have a couple pages of quick, healthy snacks, because that's an area that a lot of people have questions on. They can put together meals, but that's not enough. You wanna have those small snacks throughout the day. These are great options. And one of my favorite sections is the mocktails. I am not a huge drinker, and especially if you are trying to be your absolute best version of yourself, sometimes drinking a lot of alcohol is just not gonna align. So being able to have these mocktails or these drinks that you can have that makes it feel like you're drinking something when you're really not, really helps out. Even if you are going and hanging out with friends, just being able to have a fun drink in your hand, it just makes you feel more involved in the whole party experience. And then on the other page, you just have smart, low-calorie drinks. But all in all, that is everything in my recipe book. It is coming out July 8th on Amazon. So you wanna make sure that you pick it up quick because it is going to sell fast. If you want to be reminded when the book launches, I will be leaving a link below where you can drop your email, so then that way you can make sure that you grab it on the day that it is released. Down below, I want you to comment, are you more of a sweet recipe or are you more of a savory recipe? I personally love my sweets. My husband loves the savory side of things, but I want to hear the opinions of you guys. Otherwise, that is going to be everything for today. Make sure you guys subscribe so you see more videos like this on how to eat healthy. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Bye.
Listen to me as I slow